Hi, my name is Lori Dickman. Thank you for stopping by my channel, Quilting with Lori. Today I'm starting my 52-week series of scrappy quilt blocks. Among the 52 blocks that I'm going to be sharing with you, there will be 12 seasonal blocks as well. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, Quilting with Lori, so that you don't miss a single tutorial. So if you haven't already listened to my tutorial on how to cut up your stash and get it cut, sorted, organized, stored, and ready to use, I'm going to link that video below. It's really important that you listen to that. It will really help you as you're getting your scrap stash ready to go. Now let's take a look at the block that I am using to base our first block from. This is a pumpkin block, and I'm sure you've seen many pumpkin blocks out on the internet. They're really fun and easy to make, and I am using my 2.5-inch scraps from my stash to create this particular block. So let's take a peek at this. So here we have just a small table runner that I've created using 2 blocks. Now these 2 blocks were actually made with just 4 rows of 4 of the 2.5-inch squares, plus we did curve some of the ends there, and I'll show you how that's done. But for the block that I'm going to share with you, it is going to be 5 rows of 5 2.5-inch squares, because I do want each of my blocks for the next 52 weeks to finish at, or to be 12.5 inches, and then they'll finish at 12 inches in the quilt that you make. I want them all to be the same size. So let's take a look at that. So as you can see here, I have pulled 2.5-inch squares, and they're predominantly oranges, rusts, golds. Some are light, some are medium, some are darks, and the scrappier the better. And your block, your pumpkin, doesn't actually have to be completely orange. You can add some browns in there, greens, whatever you choose. This is your pumpkin, so you can choose whatever color scheme you'd like for that pumpkin. We are going to use some creams here in the case of my pumpkin to create half square triangles on these outer 4 squares in order to create the curve on the pumpkin, and you'll see how this is done as soon as we get to the sewing machine. This will be the stem, and then you need to pull 2.5-inch strips, and that's what we're going to use to finish out the bottom 3 sides and the top 2 sides here to create the 12.5-inch block. So let's go up to the sewing machine and we will get started on putting this block together. So you'll see here that I've got my pumpkin blocks laid out. Again, these are 2.5-inch squares. All of these are 2.5-inch squares. I have laid them 5 by 5, 5 across, 5 down, and I have pulled 4 2.5-inch cream colored scraps because I'm going to make half square triangles of these outer 4 squares to create a curve to the pumpkin. And I do have 1 dark stem, so this is a 2.5-inch square for the dark stem, and then we're going to be including 2.5-inch strips on that. Let me show you what that looks like. So I've also pulled some 2.5-inch strips in light, and this is what we'll be using to finish the top of the pumpkin and the sides of the pumpkin. So before we start sewing the rows of the pumpkin together, I'm going to take the outer 4 squares to this pumpkin, and I am going to create half square triangles. So I'm simply going to take a cream and a print, put them right sides together, draw a diagonal line on each of those. I'm going to be sewing on the diagonal line in this case to create this half square triangle. Typically we sew on either side of it, but in this case we are going to simply sew right on the diagonal line. So I'm going to start stitching directly on the diagonal line. This is a little bit different than the typical half square triangles that we create. But it's a fast, easy way just to use the same 2.5-inch squares instead of pulling larger squares. Okay, now I think you can see what I'm doing. Again, I have this, it's called Add a Quarter ruler, and there's a lip there which allows you to find that seam allowance. I'm laying it on there and cutting away this excess. And this will be my half square triangle. I'll take these all and square them up and then press them, and I'm going to place it over on the corner of the pumpkin to create that curved unit that we need. And I'll do that with the rest of these, and I'll be right back. So now what I'm going to do is web this block. You'll see I have it laid out 5 rows of 5, and right now I'm just going to deal with the pumpkin. We'll deal with the stem later, but we're going to start up in the left corner, and I'm going to flip the first block second row onto the first block, the very first row, and we're going to bring it to the sewing machine and start sewing 1/4 inch, and we're going to work our way all the way down this first and second column. So I'm bringing the second block, flipping it over onto the first row. There we go. This is called webbing the block. It helps keep everything in order. Taking the third one, flipping it onto the first row, and the fourth one, flipping it onto that first row. And then this last one, we're going to flip it on top of there. All right, so we have our first 2 columns sewn together. Let me get rid of this little guy here. And we'll see what we've got. Okay, so there's the first 2 columns of the pumpkin all sewn together. Now we're going to do the 3rd column, the 4th column, and the 5th column just by flipping these blocks onto the previous row as we sew down. All right, so we've webbed the columns so far. Now we're going to web the rows and get those sewn together. And then last, I'm going to show you how to attach your stem to your strips here, and I'll give you those measurements in just a minute, as well as the side measurements. One thing I wanted to just clarify is on all of these corner units, which we've created half square triangles out of 2 2.5-inch squares, a cream and a print, once I created the half square triangle, I did have to press it open and then square it up to 2.5 inches so that they matched the rest of the squares. If you're having a hard time getting a 2.5 inch square to result from using 2.5 inch squares, just grab 3-inch squares in the creams and the pumpkin colors and create your half square triangle. And then when you open it and press it, you can square them up to exactly 2.5 inch squares, which is what you need in order for it to fit in the pumpkin block. Now I'm going to sew the rows together. It's going to start at the top, and you can work your way down. You can certainly pin if you want, but be sure to nest all of these. And what I would do is nest all of the seams in one direction for one row and the other direction for the next row. So for this first row, I'm nesting everything. The seam allowance is coming toward me on the top. I apologize if you hear my Boston Terrier. She's next to me sleeping and she's just started snoring. Okay, here is the first row that has been webbed, and now I will just continue working my way down the block until I have the whole thing webbed. So here I have the center portion of the block done. So here's the pumpkin, 5 rows by 5 rows. And now we're going to create the top portion of the pumpkin, and that's the 2 strips that will be on each side of the 2.5 inch square, which is the stem. Each of these strips is 2.5 inches wide by 4.5 inches long. So those are going to be needed for each side, and we'll simply sew the stem in between the two. I'll sew those and I'll be right back. So this top row, including the stem, is done. As you can see, I've sewn it, pressed it to the dark, and now I'm going to attach it to the top of the pumpkin. I'll sew that and I'll be right back. So the pumpkin is finished, the stem row has been added. Now we need to add a couple of sections or some strips on each side of this pumpkin in order for it to be a complete 12.5 inch square block. So my pumpkin block is finished. It is 12.5 by 12.5 inches. Once you've pressed it, make sure you square it up so that it is 12.5 inches square so that it fits with all the other blocks we'll be making. Maybe you'd like to make a number of these, maybe make a tote bag or a wall hanging or a pillow. There's so many different possibilities using this adorable pattern. Have fun with your pumpkin square block. So I hope that you'll all let me know what you're going to do with your fall pumpkin block. Please comment below. Let me know if you're going to make a tote bag or if you're going to do a wall quilt or if it's just going to be one of the samplers or part of the sampler quilt that you'll be creating. I'm anxious to hear from you all. Behind me you'll see my fall zinnia pattern. This is a new pattern that I have, and I've almost got it finished so that it'll be on my website, but I'm going to do a tutorial on this. So make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when I put that tutorial out on how to create this beautiful fall zinnia pattern. And I'm also going to be demoing how to create some beautiful beautiful wearable using some wonderful fall fabrics. I have some dyed fabrics here, and it's a beautiful maple leaf block. And I'm going to be doing some tutorials on that as well. So make sure you subscribe so you'll see some of that as well. Again, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. My name is Lori Dickman, and this is Quilting with Lori, and I'm so glad you stopped by to learn how to make the pumpkin block in my week number 1 of my Scrappy Quilt Block Sampler quilt. And hopefully you'll come back again next week for week number 2. Don't forget to subscribe so you'll get notified of that tutorial, and we'll see you next week.